Illinois, Richmond, Burton, Illinois. All-American as a freshman. Come close the last 2 years. And already a Midlands champion a couple of years ago. And he's had quite a tournament so far, getting to the finals. A nice contingent from the home crowd, only a few miles away from Evanston, Illinois. Dudley from South Carolina, Irmo, South Carolina, the senior. National runner-up. He's a two-time NCAA All-American, both at 184 pounds.
Yeah, Dechow, I think, placed a couple years ago, and so, again, experience in this tournament. Old Dominion always tries to bring a squad. Steve Martin, former Iowa wrestler and longtime Old Dominion coach, is really tries to bring his squad, and he's really been a breath of fresh air as far as their performance goes. He defeated Miles Martin from Ohio State in the quarterfinals. I mean, this was a deep weight class. This had Sammy Brooks, Jackson from Indiana, right? Those two split in their matches. Had Brenna from North Carolina State, the All-American. So 3 All-Americans in this weight class did make the finals.
Of course, Miles Martin, the national champion last year at 174, up to 184, one of 2 Ohio State entries. Luke Pletcher at 141 did not place. Miles Martin wrestling.
I got warning green!
You see Dudley, yeah, very powerful grip, and he's just gotten better and better, and I think he had a lot of these skills early in his career. Of course, the strength, the athletic ability, but he's just become a better wrestler in all positions, and particularly in the top position, which really utilizes his natural strength. Great athlete, and he's now picking guys apart, and he's just I think it certainly has to be an advantage here, you know, training with guys like Jordan Burroughs in his room, but the instruction that he's getting from Manning and Coach Snyder, you know, really, I think he's one of those guys you could really point to and say, gosh, I mean, this guy came here at this level, and now all of a sudden he's, I know he did well at the kid level, but it's still coming from South Carolina, and which really doesn't have a strong wrestling tradition. To be able to go ahead and compete at this level has been pretty impressive.
Well, I think you're right. It's like a flywheel. It takes a while to get going, but once it gets going, it rolls very consistently, and you can just see. I think TJ Dudley expects to win when he goes out on the mat, and has been very consistent. Going up against Jack Dechow, All-American in 2014, trying to get back on the podium this year as a senior. Local boy from the Chicago area, Richmond, Illinois, here in the finals for the 2nd time. He's a Midlands champion from a couple of years ago.
Yeah, and Dechow is also a fellow with a lot of athletic ability. Really good, strong football player.
244 yards as a fullback in the state championships.
He's this guy that's used to winning. But he's kind of fallen in hard times, I think, at the end of last year. You don't know whether it was injuries or you know, what it can be. Sometimes guys get in a little bit of a funk. It looks like he's, there's Steve Martin on the right there in the corner, but it looks like he's come back. And you'd have to sit there and say with the results, particularly with the big win over Martin.
Yeah, Martin got beat again by Renda, and then did not place in the top 6. And Sammy Brooks got beat earlier by Nate Jackson from Indiana, but then just revenged. And so you talked about it. All-Americans going down, and it's just quite a tournament.
Well, the thing of Tim, there's looks like points being scored there. There it is. 2-point takedown there for Dudley. Nice job of cutting the corner there, scooping the leg up. But, you know, I really applaud Miles Martin for coming to this tournament. Now, let's go back to the thing I said earlier, is that he was the number 11 seed in the NCAA tournament. That's like being that's much better than being an unseeded guy and placing. Okay, that journey. Okay, the big win that he had against Bo Nickel. And now he's up a weight. Now he's got to get some reps against guys with all different body shape styles, you know, because he's won the big, you know, he's won the enchilada. They're never going to take his banner down at St. John Arena, right? It's up there for good, and all he can do is add to it. And if he's doing the right thing, he needs to go out there and get that competition against these guys at a different weight, and you know, he's going to be all right. He's well coached, and he's got a great attitude. So, you know, these national championships that are won are not all just straight trips to the top, and then you just plateau and stay at the top all the time and just ward off defenders. You kind of got to start all over again.
4-1, Dechow trailing the #1 seed, Dudley. 45 seconds left in the second period. Nebraska trying to get their second championship. Eric Montoya won for the Huskers at 133 pounds, upsetting Zane Richards for the championship. Steve Martin, the head coach of Old Dominion, as you were talking about, always coming back here to the Midlands.
And he's not talking about blood right now.
Yeah.
Trying to get an angle, a little bit better angle on his shot. Dechow does a lot of straight-on work himself. His timing is really good, a lot like what we saw from Berger from Nebraska, how he just took those free shots when he's able to get in at the right time. He'll jump through those tight windows.
Iowa out in front and going to win their 26th Midlands Championships. They're out in front of their Big Ten rivals, the Nebraska Huskers, who are second. Rutgers fighting in there for that third place, trying to make it a trifecta for the Big Ten. But Arizona State, with that win, probably extended that lead over Rutgers for third place. There's Iowa's 21-point lead over the Huskers. Iowa with 3 individual champions. Nebraska with 1 so far.
Just a little flashback there. Yeah, the technology has obviously improved here with getting these cuts. I remember quarterfinals butted heads with Claire Anderson. He ended up being a national champion from Oklahoma State. Of course, they took me over to the side, and I believe it was Doc Baird, our old doctor, team doctor at Iowa State, who worked on a lot of the wrestlers, and basically pulled me over there. They stitched me up right on the mat. Wow. And then they wrap you with the stuff that, of course, everything bleeds through and all that. But Claire had a hard head. Great champion.
Yes, he was. Longtime coach at Duke. Till recently.
I was about 6 inches taller than him, so he was either going to get my teeth or my eyes. It was just like
the athleticism by Timothy Dudley here stands out, Jim, for the 184-pound class.
Yeah, there's that nice shot there by Dechow. He's got it. Dudley timed that underhook just right. Stayed on his feet.
Of course, Gabe Dean, the NCAA champion at 184, is the top-ranked wrestler from Cornell. Everybody's shooting for him, and he has had himself a year so far.
Well, he's picked it up, hasn't he? I mean, he was going for 3 and doing it in style in this weight class has just been amazing as far as the depth at it. It's probably one of the more difficult weight classes in the country as far as you know, volume of depth here in the weight class, with guys like Dechow that might be ranked, you know, what do we have him ranked here, like 10, 11?
Yeah, he's down in the, you know, double digits, 7th seed here at the Midlands, and that's what you see on the board there. But he is double digits, was 4th as a freshman, and just has had battled some injuries and had some real close losses. Close loss to Gabe Dean in the first round last year of the NCAA's 3-1, and then that's hard to battle back from.
Yeah, you mentioned guys making a name for we talked about making a name for yourself. That's what Gabe Dean did. He went out there and beat Ed Ruth in the scuffle, the 3-time national champion that just looked unbeatable at the time. These things happen in these holiday tournaments where you get the upsets, and you know, 2.5 months later can end up being a different story. Nice angle there by Dudley. A nice job of stuffing the head and getting a good angle. His motivation to go ahead and be able to pull him back in. And
No riding time advantage for either. So Dechow is in striking distance with a takedown, but hasn't been able to penetrate.
Yeah, but he does have a deceptive double leg.
Yes, he does, and it's what got him here. A couple of tremendous wins that came from late double leg takedowns for Dechow.
And he's getting Dudley to reach a little bit with that left arm. So Dudley shut it down. Just when I say that, he takes a half shot.
15 seconds. One big shot left for
There it is.
Dechow. Can he get it done? Whoa, slipped out by Dudley. And he's going to win the championship. Timothy Dudley from Nebraska gets the Huskers' second Midlands championship over Jack Dechow from Old Dominion. TJ Dudley, the senior from South Carolina, coming into his own, last year second.